This is Dr. Pietro Parisio from 72 Dragons Health. The topic today is From the Margins. I'd like to start talking about culture. Culture is an umbrella term which encompasses the social behavior and norms found in human societies, as well as knowledge, belief, art, laws, customs, capabilities, and habits of the individuals in these groups. Culture is a live entity, prone to innovation, constantly repositioning, exposed to forces that encourage change and forces that resist change. The modern term culture is based on the term used by the ancient Roman orator, lawyer, and philosopher Marcus Tullius Cicero. He called it cultura animi, cultivation of the soul. Culture is the soul of the collective. A term came later, pop culture, in the 19th century. Pop culture was connected to poor education, lower class. Official culture was connected to higher education and upper class. Pop culture was heavily influenced by mass media. Television, radio, magazines, newspapers, books, and film. And now we have social media. Social media has become a vital part of our culture. Social media is interactive technologies that facilitate the creation and sharing of information, ideas, interests, and other forms of expression in virtual communities. Growing up, my community was a small group of friends from my neighborhood and school. My nephews and nieces have a much larger community. Their friends are everywhere, and they stay in touch with their friends through social media. A community that I'd like to talk to you about, a very important community, is the community of filmmakers. Some talk about a dominant culture within the filmmaking community. That dominant culture is associated with Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, and the large studios. They also talk about the emerging culture, referring to the independent film community. The independent film community broke out of the tiny art houses of the major cities in the late 1980s. They were a group of artistic, political, and independent force. Social media has come to change the world and has come to change culture. Independent filmmakers no longer come from the major cities in the US or Europe. Independent filmmakers are coming from everywhere. The definition I found of independent filmmakers is filmmakers that are not associated with the large studios. There are hundreds, thousands, and millions of filmmakers in the margins. They're not in the big cities. They are in smaller cities, in small towns, in the United States, in Canada, all over Latin America, from Mexico all the way down to Argentina, small towns all over Europe, in Asia, in Africa, in Australia, in New Zealand. They are everywhere. Social media and new technologies have come to facilitate film production. The world is different. The world has changed. There was a time where independent filmmakers could not compete with the large studios, with the dominant culture. because the framework was the same framework, and independent filmmakers could not compete. They did not have and don't have the same resources with the same connections. Social media has changed the game for filmmakers. There's an opportunity to create, there's an opportunity to connect, there's an opportunity to collaborate in virtual communities. The culture is changing. The culture of filmmaking is transforming, and you are part of that change. Thank you.